Yo, it's Abusivegamer coming at you with a little bit of bounty hunting, showing you all a little bit of something in this game that needs to be nerfed or reworked. Yes. I'm going to show you Invincible Wizard. It literally cannot die. The only time that maybe can die is on the first of the pool or what have you. But other than that, you're never going to die. And there's one reason because of this. It's this little item right here coming on up. It's the belt that gives you armor for your gold pickup. Now, you're saying, well, it's only 5 seconds. Well, combine that with a rank 25 boon of the Hoarder that you get from the vault for the Goblin Act. You basically will have armor infinite during fights as long as you time it right and do the right thing. You can go ahead and put all your leveling gear for your paragons. It doesn't matter, even if your dexterity, strength, or whatever, if you happen to have one that rolled in, it doesn't matter. What matters is the fact that you get the armor buff for picking up the gold. That's what actually matters in the game. So when you turn around and pick up the gold, you will notice a huge, as you can tell right here, I'm going to show you right now. I'm already in close to the billions. You reach billion toughness within a matter of seconds. And if you're a caster, especially a wizard who rains fire and everything else from a distance, there's always going to be little weak enemies involved in this. As long as you don't pick up all the gold at one time, every single time you pick up a nice pile, you'll get up to about 40 or 50 million toughness. Nothing right then can even kill you. I mean, they really have to struggle. They have to hit you with everything they got. As long as every time it rains gold that you pick up just a tiny bit, just a little bit, not even much, you will see that your armor just continues to go up. Or, well, it's your toughness. Your armor goes up, but your toughness continues to go up, and every time you pick a little bit of gold up, that 5-second timer restarts. You can do this for everything. You can do it for rifting. The only thing you can't do it for, of course, is greater risk, because no gold drops in there. So you wouldn't be able to do it for that. But for any kind of farming, any kind of rift, anything like that at all, you're going to be able to use this. And unfortunately, I found this out yesterday actually. Basically by accident. I'm at the vendor, and I was trying to upgrade my belt for my set piece. And she gave me the belt for the armor. Well, I got it a long time ago, and I didn't think much of it. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to give this a shot now that I have the 25 boon of the Hoarder. And I didn't think it was going to stack. I didn't think your armor could continue to stack. If you notice, look at this. So much gold, you got 62.5% chance of explosion on each creature that dies. So basically, you will have a field of gold every single time. The more you pull, the better it's for you. You can literally, on Torment 6, I don't run with Blur. I run with Glass Cannon. I run with the 15% damage increase for enemies within 15 yards of me, because it doesn't matter. I don't need to have any kind of defensive, because my defensive is the gold. You know, and I have the neck piece, what's it called again? Kemblin's Gold or whatever, that heals me for gold that I pick up. So if for any reason I take damage before I actually get the first patch of gold, it doesn't matter. I'm going to heal the full. I don't even run with heals or anything on my Templar anymore. I run with stuff that benefits me, like the regen for my mana. I mean, there's no reason for me excuse me. There's no reason for me not to run with that, because I don't need his heals. The bigger you pull, the more easier it is. The higher your toughness will go. And in Act 5, the gold is already ridiculous with just the Hoarder alone in general. But being able to do like what I'm doing here, in and out, it doesn't matter. You can stand in arcane, you can stand in puddles. There's a couple times I'm going to show you here where I stay in a puddle until like right here, I'm soaking this puddle up. Then it finally started to hurt me because the 5 seconds wore off. It don't matter. There you go. Just drink the potion and continue to move on. What does it matter? None of it does. In here, there's spiders that crawl over the walls. They're so weak that all it's going to do is lay piles and piles and piles of gold for me behind. And that's all it's ever going to do. So all you got to continue to do is work your way through the hallways, pick up some gold, and continue on. Like right here, I'm finding a elite pack, so I just go back, snuff out a couple little stacks. I'm going to go ahead and stand on some arcane to show you. Look at that. Ticking for 200, 300. And my toughness right now isn't even as high as that I've got it. I've got it up to 6 billion without even trying. Just with the window open, I'm looking and seeing I've got 6 billion, 7 billion toughness. Now, to me, this is a game breaker. I do not use this anymore. I don't like it. It's not an exploit. It's not a cheat. It's using what Blizzard gives you. But unfortunately, Blizzard did not take an account of it stacking, and they didn't take account of the gym. There's no way they could have, because Blizzard does not want to let you be immune to shit. Like, you can get a neck piece or whatever, but just for momentarily, fast stuff. That's it. Defensive cooldowns. That's all it's for. But doing this system, you're unkillable. You cannot die. Even with the Rift Guardians at the end of the rifts, it don't matter. Fight the Rift Guardian and pull more mobs, because they don't disappear only in the greater rifts. Pull more mobs, bring more in, and they'll drop more gold, and you can keep the armor going non-stop. That's for undergeared people. If you're undergeared, it doesn't matter. Now, of course, you got to be able to kill stuff, but once you kill the first pack of guys without dying yourself, it's GG. As long as you take it slow, you're going to be able to continue to grind out that gold, and you're going to continue to be able to just take pieces of that pile and have your 5-second cooldown, the 5-second restart over and over and over again. What I recommend Blizzard to do is to say, hey, once the 5-second timer ticks on how much gold you pick up, then that's it. That once that 5 second has to go off and then has to be reapplied or whatever, or just remove it completely out of the game and retool that belt for something else. That's what I would prefer, because when you have stuff like this in games, people are going to figure out very fast of using stuff like this. It was just like the Crusaders. They were becoming immune. They were actually, at launch, it was in beta, they were being able to get enough cooldown reduction and stuff to where if there's more than, I think it was 2, if there was 2 Crusaders or more, they could be immune the entire time in greater rifts. Yeah, the Crusaders were defensive, so basically what you do is you just get a couple high DPSers that don't matter what their resilience or what their armor is, none of that shit, because you're going to be immune the whole time. And unfortunately, that went live. So people were wondering, how is it that people beat the Reaper on T6 within 4 hours of the release? I guarantee you that's how it was done. Because nobody could possibly have gear to be able to beat him on T6 at that point. I mean, I don't know if any of you guys have fought him before you got geared up with people in your party. He's rough. By yourself, for some reason, anything by yourself in this game is so much easier. I think the mobs' health pools and stuff are way too low. They want to have people group up to benefit, more XP, more that, more this. But it don't matter. If I can clear 2 or 3 times faster by myself because of my Templar or whatever healing me nonstop and shit like this, why would anybody want to group up unless it's just for friends? Just for shits and giggles. I guarantee you this is being used widely. I just happened to find out on my own yesterday. I guarantee you a lot of these high-end guys, they're using this. That's how they're farming You know, after they patched and fixed the glitch that was in the game at the beginning, they fixing the Paragon levels. This is how people are doing it. You know, you get some bracers on, you get an XP for every piece of gold you're picking up. Plus, you have your gem and your helm. It just gets out of whack. It gets so crazy so fast that you just start getting massive amount of XP. Right here, I'm going to do a little bit of a run. I might have already did it. I'm not really been paying attention to the screen itself. But I picked up 10, 15, 20 million gold just by backtracking. That right there is a high-end bounty. Completion right there for, what, 30 seconds of me running? You know, if I put my speed, if you switch out to your speed belt when you know there's no mobs, that's another 25% increase in movement speed. You're sitting there with 50%, you just pick everything up within 30 seconds. If you sit there and you get with a chest event on Act 5, it's on the Drowned whatever, I can't remember what it's called, but if you get that chest event where it's kill 100 mobs, dude, I've gotten 30, 40 million gold from doing that chest event. And that's before I do the completion of the bounty, the part of the bounty. You rock away 60, 80 million XP just off that. That's astronomical. It's so ridiculous. I mean, I know it's seasons and stuff like that, so they want to make it a little bit more easier. But come on, Blizzard. This has to get fixed. This is going to kill your game. Take a look like just this alone here, this shrine event. How much gold I'm going to get off the floor. Look at my toughness. I'm over 2 billion toughness, and I'm going to use my bracers here and pop this. There's no way this this champion stands a chance. You can't. There's no way they're even going to hurt me. I'm not even going to be able to touch my life. This is you know, it's kind of like putting in Grand Theft Auto or some kind of game and putting in cheat codes in, you know. Yeah, you sit there, you put a cheat code in, you become invulnerable, you know, whatever. Look at this. This is basically the same thing. As long as I don't die within the first 2 or 3 seconds of a battle, I'm going to become invulnerable because there's going to be so much gold lying around that as long as I'm not an idiot and pick it all up at one time, just pick up little bit by little bit, I'll be able to keep my toughness through the roof to where nothing can hurt me. You know, so basically, this is just a call out for Blizzard. This is the kind of stuff that I talk about Blizzard. Like, they don't care. They got your gold. They got your money. They got whatever. They got all your fucking shit. You know, let's not maintain a game like we should. You know, you already have people that cheese the hell out of the first season leaderboards. They know this. They know that people cheese the hell out of the Paragon levels because they had a glitch on the greater rifts. People were getting Paragon friggin' 500, 800 within the first night because there was a friggin' glitch in the greater rifts. Multiple people, not just one or two guys. And what did they do about it? Nothing. They let it go. You know, it's a really good thing that I'm not this huge guy about leaderboards like other people are. There's people that's all they live and breathe is like world's first this and world's first that and fucking blah blah blah. That's what they live and breathe in these type of games, and they got duped. They got duped because of people that do exploits, the people that do cheats, you know, and Blizzard doesn't, you know, do anything about it. They just let it. Yeah, well, you know, we'll take care of it. We'll hot fix it. What fucking good did that do you? People already got world firsts and did everything fucking else. You know, the main thing's done. It's over with. So your first season doesn't mean shit. And you know, heaven forbid if there was a guy who's legitimately doing stuff, no one's gonna believe that he did it legitimately because of all the glitches and the hacks and all the bullshit. People are gonna be, oh, nah, he just cheated. Cheated his way to the top. Exploited the game. You know, when you're using an actual exploit that is definitely an exploit. You're standing in something where a mob can't hit you and shit like that, and you're actually cheating the video game. That's huge. But when Blizzard has an item like this in the game, it's not an exploit. It's not a cheat. is something wrong with their game that they need to fix. You know, they didn't take this into consideration. Like, who the fuck is testing your video games for you? I guarantee you that this was reported sometime during beta testing, because there is people, I mean, they live and breathe beta testing. That's what they love to do. They love to dig deep in these kind of games, and they love to, you know, find out stuff wrong with it and be the one to bring it to Blizzard's attention. You know, Activision, fucking all of them. And, you know, they love that kind of stuff. Just like there's clans and there's guilds and there's all these other shit that's out there, just that all they do is try to find glitches all day in video games. That's all they do for hours on end. They'll run into walls and do all this shit because they get off on doing that kind of stuff. So, Blizzard, you really need to listen to your players. When there's something like this wrong, you got to act fast. You got to act now. If you have people who are actually cheating your game, you have to act. And you have to make an example of them. You've done it before in the past. You've perma-banned people for cheating. You've temporary banned people so they couldn't get worlds first and shit like that. You got to do it for all your games. It's just not World of Warcraft or, you know, whatever. It's got to be all your games, all combined, when people are exploiting the game. Now, I'm talking about true exploits there. Not something like this. It's not an exploit. It's an item that needs to be fixed, and it's went unlooked at for so long, and it's reported. But Blizzard, what is it? Is it not on your timetable right now? This is the type of stuff that should be on your timetable right now. What? The fucking guy who went left instead of right? You know, his character movement wasn't correct? That's on your timetable? Is that the one that should be fucking fixed first? I mean, come on. Right there you see I had both my abilities simultaneously went off. I did that just to do it. And look at me. It doesn't matter. I got right back up and got the gold and GG, you know. There's Paragon 300. You know, and all my stuff has been completely legit in my eyes up until I found this belt last night. But I have retired that belt. I won't be using that belt because it's going to diminish my skills as a player, because I'm going to be able just to stand out in the open and not worry about shit. And then when I go to do these greater rifts, I want to get these high 30s and these high 40s. It's not going to happen. But anyways, this is Abusivegamer showing you a little something. Subscribe, submit, the whole shebang. And I'm out!